What's going on, friends? My name is Colin, and recently I picked up a couple items for these bikes, the Pan America Special right here and the Street Glide Special right here. And I would consider them more like insurance items, items that you don't necessarily want to use or you think you're going to need on every trip. But when you do need them, they come in real handy. And that's what I'm going to talk about today with this item right here, which I'm going to show you guys in just a second. One of those items that I feel could be a great insurance type thing that you could put in your bike. So I recently moved from Maryland to Tennessee, and I had a really good relationship with my local Harley-Davidson out there, the dealer. And one day I remember taking this thing in for service, and I went to pick it up and everything, and then he went over all the things that he did. And one of the things the dude talked about, the service tech said, "Hey, I don't know if you realize this, that your air pressure was really low." And we started talking, and I said, "How often does that happen where people come into service?" And then he's like, "Probably about 75–80% of the time, when he does work on bikes, he sees that the air pressure is low." And I'll be the first to admit, I gotta do better at this. I gotta do better at T-clocks. With the whole acronym where you come in and check your whole bike before you get out on a ride, I'm not that good at that and I need to do better. But one of the things you check all the time is tires. Now with this one right here, and obviously on most newer bikes, they have the tire pressure management system. This one has it, this one doesn't. So I have to kind of rely on doing old school on this one. This one does show it. However, there are times when you're out on a trip and next thing you know, your tires are low on air and you're like, uh-oh, I gotta go someplace. So you gotta go to a gas station, you gotta find someplace with air. And that sometimes can be a problem if you're not in a general. It actually just happened with a friend of mine. We went to Ohio. I think he had like 5–6 pounds less than he should have. And he had the TPMS as well. And we had to actually go out and search for a gas station just to get him aired up. That's where this comes in right here. So my good friends at Lexin, right there, Lexin, sent me this and asked me, "Hey, would you do a review of this?" And I looked at it and I said, "Man, this is awesome. I'd love to have one of these and check it out." And that's what I'm going to talk about today. The unit comes in this nice sturdy box. You have the Lexin unit. It also comes with this quick connect trachea, otherwise known as a tube that goes to your tire from this thing. But I guess trachea sounds more professional. It also comes with a little ball inflator if you want to blow up your blue balls. An adapter for Presta valves. I'll get a little bit closer there. A Presta valve is for the mountain bike or your road bikes type deal. So I guess you need a converter to hook onto this, to hook onto this. Life is good for the road bikers. And then USB-C comes with it. So like up top here on the unit, let me pull back this little thing. You have two ports here. One is a USB-A, so like you can charge your phone, you can charge your camera, whatever you want to do. It's like a power bank. And then the other one's the USB-C, so that's where you charge this once the battery goes kaput. Okay, over here, it also has a light. So let me turn this thing on real quick. I'll show you the light real quick, then I'll get into the features of this thing. So it takes about 2 seconds. So when you first turn it on, it's got this green little battery here that says green is good. If it's red, it's bad. To turn on the light, you just hold down this mode button here, and there it goes. Ah! Okay, so to turn it off, you just hold it back down, and we're off. Okay, so this interface has 5 main buttons. And to kind of see it here, on the left here is the plus and minus. This is your power button, and then over here is your mode button or settings, and then this button here changes your units. So we'll start with that one. So you can see up close here. It starts with PSI, then it goes to bar, then it goes to KPA, then it goes to something in German that I don't understand, but it's back to good old America with PSIs. And then up top here, the settings, we'll start with the top one here. That's your blue ball I was referring to earlier. So like a basketball or play balls you want to blow up. There is a road bike or mountain bike. That's your motorcycle. And then there's your car. And the last one, which is pretty cool, it's like a customizable one. So you can, once you designate like a vehicle or something, you can customize it. So every time you hit that vehicle, whether it be if you have 2 bikes and a car, it'll automatically go to that PSI that you wanted. So let's go back to the mode here. We're going to switch back to motorcycle. And right now, for some reason, it's on bar. So we're going to change that back to PSI. So one really cool thing about this, and it's a great little thing, is once you set your plus or minus, so like let's say if I'm at 35, 34.5, and I want to go to 36. So I'm going to do this on the Pan America, the front tire, and I believe it is 36, so that's blind luck. You put this thing on, I'm going to show you in the bike in a second. You plug this in here, and then you plug the other into the tire. And then once you get to that tire pressure, it's going to shut off for you, which I really like. So it's really no chance of overinflating. All right, so let's take this thing over to the bike and show you how easy it is to work. First thing you want to do is take off your cap there, obviously. Then you take your trachea thing, as I call it, the tube that goes from the unit to your tire. But I guess trachea does sound better. So you take your unit here, and then on the top here, there's a little hole. Screw that in, the trachea on one side, and then you take the other, and you're going to hear a little air escape in just a second here. Hear it? Not much, but still, it's one of the disadvantages I have with this, which I'll go over in just a second. It's not a huge deal. So next we're going to power this thing on. Again, hold it down for a couple seconds. There it's on, and it's going to read what my tire pressure is. So it's 32.5 where it should be. So it's a little low. Well, it went up to 33, so it adjusted a little bit. So it needs about 3 pounds, not a ton. I'm on motorcycle, so what do you think I do next? I'm gonna hit this button right here. And what's gonna happen is, it's gonna go for about 10, 15 seconds, and it's gonna shut off, so let's watch. And there it goes. It went a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it is still at 36. So here's one of the disadvantages that I don't like. So right now I'm good, I'm happy. So when you take it off, it does let a little bit of air out, but not much. I don't even know if you heard it. But it might be smart when you're doing this, maybe set it 0.5 higher. So if it was 36, maybe I'd put it to 36.5 to kind of give you peace of mind. Might work out that way. So couple things. This is $69.95, and I put a link in the description, so if you want to check it out, if you're interested in this, make sure you click that link. But it's a great price, honestly, for peace of mind, for like those insurance type things to have. But great product overall. Very satisfied with it. I've used it already once on the road. When my sensor came up and it said it was at 31, and I pumped it up to, I think, 35. And even just in a matter of like, I think that was what, 2 weeks ago, it went down, what, about 2 pounds? I think, when did we start with 33? So you got to keep on those T-clocks, keep on looking at that tire pressure. That's another reason I think this is great. So that's all I have today. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. Be well, and I'll talk to you guys soon.